Man, gaming is just turning into a luxury hobby. It's no longer going to be for those nerds grinding Elder Scrolls for 16 hours a day, or playing World of Warcraft or Call of Duty until 4 in the morning eating Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew and ruining their bodies. It's no longer for those people. The only people that are going to be able to afford gaming, it seems like in the near future, are going to be the CEOs of your local Fortune 500. And it all started with Nintendo less than a month ago, and we saw this coming. They dropped their reveal for the Nintendo Switch 2, $450 for a console that has worse hardware than any other console that has already been released out there, including obviously most PCs. And their games on top of that are $80, all of their AAA releases, with Mario Kart being the first one. Don't even get me started on the accessories that are required with Nintendo, like paying for voice chat or paying for that camera, both huge features they showed in their reveal. And now, like we said, other companies, the door opened up for them to follow suit. And Xbox, less than a month later, they were the first ones to do it. Xbox has already increased, or are going to be increasing this holiday season, and announced that they were going to be doing this by an insane margin. All of their games are also now going to be $80, or their big AAA releases at least. Their console is going up $100. Just taking a look here at the specific increases. The Series X is being moved from $500 now to $600. They're planning, obviously, like I mentioned, during holiday season to adjust all of their AAA games, at least, to $80. The Series S 512GB model is moving from $300 to $380. The 1TB model is moving to $430, and the Series X Digital Edition will now be priced at $550, with the 2TB version going to $730. $730. Not only that, the base controller is moving to $65, and the wireless headset is going to be a whopping $120. Now, other than the fact that this $3.25 trillion company is greedy, what are the other reasons that this is happening? Well, I watched a couple videos on this. Luke Stevens did a great breakdown, and as you can see here, their stock is way up. Now, why is their stock way up? As you can see, it just absolutely juiced the hell up on April 30th, and that is because of their most recent earnings call. They apparently had an incredible earnings call with things pretty much increasing across the board, including their gaming sector, which hasn't increased in years at this point. There has been big things with Xbox. Their Xbox has been doing very good within the gaming space in general. You can see, obviously, Call of Duty with the release of Verdansk, I'm sure brought a ton of people back. The Minecraft movie probably juiced a lot of people back into Minecraft. And those were the two biggest reasons that they said that they did really well in the gaming sector. They obviously just dropped Oblivion Remastered, and they obviously just dropped Expedition 33. I think South of Midnight probably did pretty well also. So there were a lot of big games even recently after that that also did extremely well, that could be kind of hinting at this raise as well. But in general, it was that earnings call that went so well that the stock increased by this much, and that is a big important factor to note. Now, this pretty much means why not increase their games? They've been doing this, they've been greedy pretty much always, aside from Xbox Game Pass, which I do think is incredible for the consumer. But aside from that, that's how they got to this point. That's how they got to over $3 trillion. They do things that are going to be more beneficial for the company and for their margins, and not as beneficial, obviously, for the consumer, and we still buy their products. Now, why are other reasons this is happening? The biggest number one reason is the tariffs. Obviously, these consoles are made in China. We have over 100% tariff going on for China currently for electronics. So obviously that's going to reduce Xbox's margins. They need to raise the price to get to the same profit margins that they are looking to actually want or looking to have. Now, on top of this, you also have just general inflation. This is also going up. This is also going to lower Xbox's margins and making them also want to increase their prices of things like games, of things like consoles, things like accessories, etc. And so because of that, gamers are getting absolutely screwed all across the board. And I'm pretty sure within the next few months, maybe even less, PlayStation is going to follow suit. I can bet every penny I have that PlayStation is going to follow suit here. You now have Xbox and Nintendo, their biggest two competitors, raising all of their prices of their consoles, their accessories, and their games. And Sony has not done this yet. I guarantee they go and do this. But what's so shocking here as well is this puts Xbox in a very bad competitive space if PlayStation obviously doesn't increase their prices. You are going to see Xboxes sitting next to PlayStations and nobody is going to buy that Xbox. No one's going to be paying $50 or $100 more for an Xbox when a PlayStation 5 is sitting right next to it with relatively similar, maybe even better hardware than the Xbox Series X. But if you're a PlayStation guy or you buy that PlayStation, you're also getting shafted because something like Call of Duty, for example, is now going to be $80, I guarantee you, on PlayStation. Something that's going to be coming from Xbox, like Starfield, for example, is 100% going to be $80 now instead. And with the economy the way it is, everything's so much money right now, it's going to be hard for any normal person to set aside $680 to buy a console in a game. Like, that is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, obviously, Xbox is definitely going to rely here on their Game Pass releases. They're going to hope that, yes, the prices of games are $80, but people are still going to play those games because they're releasing on Game Pass. And I have a feeling that's why they didn't increase the Game Pass subscription price. And yes, that's fine, but if you don't have Game Pass, if you have a PlayStation, if you have a PC and you don't have Game Pass, anything like that, if you're trying to buy these games and they're primarily Xbox games and they're releasing obviously somewhere else as well, you are still going to have to pay that $80. And if you're someone who just wants to buy the game or the physical copy of a game, and that's something that you enjoy doing and you like having the physical copy, you're getting screwed no matter what. Some people don't like renting their games on Game Pass when they could just be taken away at any moment. So all in all, this just absolutely sucks. For gamers, for anyone who likes games. The average consumer, it's hard in my eyes to believe they can afford $600 plus an $80 console and everything else in their life as well. It just doesn't make sense. And I guarantee, like I mentioned, Sony's going to be raising their price too. So all around, you're just getting shafted. And that's the gaming world that it is today. But this is why indie games are so important nowadays. You have Expedition 33 getting so much praise for how good it is, and it's an indie game released for $50 with more content than most AAA games ever have. Now, how are you going to get a console to actually play these games in the future? I don't know, but we need to support those studios. I would love to hear from you guys down below in the comments what you guys think about this price hike. Do you think Sony is going to be following suit here in a couple months? What do you think about Microsoft following suit with Nintendo increasing their prices because of these tariffs, inflation, etc.? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. For my new viewers, thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. Please like and subscribe if you did like what you see here. And for my returning viewers, thank you guys for the support as always. Please like this video if you like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!